I got rid of my craft room. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney. It's my annual craft room organizations, tips and tricks video. Now some of you might be saying, wait, you said you got rid of your craft room. I've got story time at the end of the video telling you all about that, but you're here to see what methods I'm using. I've got some tried and true ones that I'll share with you, along with some new things that I'm trying out. So without further ado, let's get organizing. Before we dive into that organizing, let's check out my new craft room. Let's talk ribbon storage. So this is how I stored my ribbon for quite a while. If you like being able to see your ribbon, this is a great system. The two things I didn't like about it is you had to remove the entire dowel rod every time you wanted to put new ribbon on it. And if you don't tape or pin your ribbon, it will come unraveled. So last year I just decided I'm going to put all my ribbon in a drawer. This worked great. It was perfect, except I really did miss not seeing my ribbons. Now I do have those weird one-off ribbons, and this system still works great for those. It's these little bins that have lids and you can stack them up. There's metal rods where you can slide your ribbon on there, and then there's holes where you simply just pull out the ribbon so you can pull how much you need and then cut, and again, store it very easily. So when I realized, hey, I really like this system, my other ribbons at Christmas time in October, I actually found this ribbon organizer on Amazon, and that's when I first tried it and I really liked it. It was very easy to use, so I bought more for the rest of my ribbon. The nice thing about this is, number one, you can stack as many as you want on top of each other. They're easy to put together. It has a little divider piece, so maybe you only have 3 or 4 rolls on one of these. You can use that divider to hold them in place. And then of course it has that little slat where you can slip the ribbon through. So you just walk up, pull however much you need, cut it. It won't come unraveled. It holds it in place. So this is definitely a game changer when it comes to ribbon. And I love being able to see all my ribbon again out on display. Let's talk paint storage. I have stored my paint like this for so long. All you need is a drawer, or you could even use bins. I like to also take some of the paint and put it on top of the lid because sometimes those stickers just aren't very accurate. This works great. It really, really does. But I found sometimes I'm looking for a specific name of a paint, and I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to try something different. This is a Dollar Tree hack. Now, this may not be the most cost-effective way if you have, say, something like 300 bottles of paint, because it will get a little pricey. But what you want to do is pick up these 4x6 clear frames, and you want to stick them in a drawer. If you have a tray, you could do that. Or even if you have like those Rubbermaid bins, you could store them and stack them up in that as well. If you wanted to secure this a little more, you could take the large popsicle sticks and glue these to each other by gluing those on the backs of these frames so that way they don't really shift around, but I haven't really noticed it being an issue. I still need to pick up a couple of more of these. I just didn't have time to go to a second Dollar Tree to find some. But what I realized as I was starting to put paint here, I wanted to put the paints that I know I use the most. I was realizing I had double bottles of everything. Like it was just, again, I was like, what in the world is going on here? So Dollar Tree had these clear bins and I had thought, okay, I'm going to use these. But when I started looking at them, I'm like, half these colors are the same color. So I realized I could get all the paint colors I needed in this one drawer and I just organized it. You could use this hack in your kitchen too for spices if you wanted to. But this is a cheap little Dollar Tree hack, easy way to get that paint organized. Here's one system that is working really, really well for me. I've shared this with you guys before. This is for all those little wooden pieces. Most of you probably pick them up from Dollar Tree, but as you can see, I've just put labels on all of these and inside it's the wooden pieces. So I've got hearts, I've got spring related, summer, fall, Halloween, and then Christmas. And it's the small ones. I mean, I pick them up from Hobby Lobby, I pick them up different places, but you can cram a lot of these in one of these little cases. It makes it super easy, keeps it very, very organized. And so what I decided is for this year, I'm gonna kind of change how my embellishments are, because right now they're all just mixed together, thrown into a bucket. So I'm going to start with another one of these cases that I picked up on Amazon, and I'm gonna get that organized right now. All right, so this is my current embellishment. It's a hodgepodge. There's just stuff everywhere. I really don't ever know what's in here, and every time I dig in here, I make it worse. So I figured these are those pieces that's like, hey, I need a little extra something added to this. So that's what I'm gonna put into that photo box. I'm gonna get that organized and get all of this contained. Now, I always say a very good strategy is to use your wall space if you've got it and use your furniture to help you store things. So I actually have had these things for quite a while. I got them at IKEA. IKEA still has them. It's a little rod that you can hang buckets on. I used to use it to hold my Cricut markers. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to put glue sticks in it this time, but you could use them for so many things, whether it's glue sticks or markers or scissors. Perhaps you even put a couple bottles of paint in there, pliers, maybe small tools, whatever you want. But like I said, use that wall space because it really is helpful. I did want to share this system. This is how I've always stored my colored glue stick, in a bin. I take some foam board, separate the colors, and it works perfectly. I would highly recommend doing this. The only reason I switched is I have room on the wall and I wanted to add a little more color out in the open, but this is a great system to use for glue sticks. Here's another new system I'm putting into play, and that's for my cardstock scraps. Now you could use this for vinyl as well. I found these clear pocket sheets, and what I like about them is they're open at the top. And what I'm finding is I have been using a lot of cardstock lately, and so some of the pieces I really want to be able to just reuse those. And right now I just throw it all into one of those scrapbook boxes, and I never know what I have and how much of that color I have, etc. So these are great. I got them in a huge pack. They come with these nice little tab labels that you can put on them. And then I decided that I'm going to use the doors of my closet to help store these. So I picked up one of these cardstock / vinyl storage things on Amazon to store these in. So I grabbed my little canvas sorter here. It came with 3 hooks. I go to hang it up, get it all ready so it can be on the closet door, and this is what happens. Please work, please work, please work. Oh, man, come on, what? No worries, simple solution was just to go get some 3M hooks. So that's what I did. I grabbed some 3M hooks, got this secured to the door, and then this is hung up. I really love having this right here so I can just easily put scraps away and see what I have before I go grab a full sheet. I'm all about containers and labeling the containers. I'll share about my label maker in just a second. So these type of containers with the bamboo lids all came from Home Goods, but they actually have them on Amazon as well. I found some, and it's just, you know, miscellaneous stuff that I use. These boxes from Michaels, these are great for storage as well. They're very sturdy and can hold a lot of stuff. So you can pick up the photo boxes. Those are great. And then baskets here. I've got the Mod Podge twine. This is an empty basket waiting for stuff to go in it. All my buttons are in here. I just redid a little box that I picked up from the thrift store. And then again, more of those bins. These boxes come from IKEA. This is empty, so I'm telling you, I'm really trying here to downsize what I've got. So I'm all about kind of containers and labels. It really helps make it easy to find stuff. I have my Cricut over here along with all my Cricut markers. Sometimes I do cut with it over here, or I pick it up and just put it on my craft table. So that's kind of been what I have been doing. These markers, that little display where I put my glue sticks, this would be a good thing. If to put above your Cricut, you could put one of those and put a bucket with your markers right above it, which would be really good. All right, so let's break this down. So I've got a little decor here because this is what I face when I'm crafting. So I've got my mom shelf here. I've shared that with you guys. I decorate it for the different seasons, and then a kiddo shelf as well. So I've got that there. Tried and true system for beads has been mason jars. I've had them in mason jars for forever. Works really well for me. One thing I wish I had not done comes to the pom-poms. I had all these separated by color, and I thought it'd be a great idea to dump them all in there at once. So I wish I had not done that, but I do like these jars for pom-poms because you can cram a lot in there. And then my bigger Waverly bottles I've just put here. These are the colors I use the most: white, black, plaster, and ivory. And there's a couple of other paints in there as well. But that's just a little roller. It's got wheels on it, which is nice, so I can roll that out. And then I've got some tulle up there. Again, a little decoration on there. And in case you're wondering, here is my label maker. I've had it for about 2 years. This has been the best label maker I've ever had. It is super user-friendly. You simply download an app. It's very easy to use. You charge it. It's a great price point. I highly recommend if you're looking for a label maker. These little cord labels are a total game changer. I got this pack. I still have plenty of them. I've been using it for years. Everything seems to come with a cord, a charging cable, and these are so easy to just write on and quickly put it on your cords. Totally worth it. Here's another thing that will make your life easy. Put lights under your work table. These are magnetic puck lights, and if you drop little pins or drop little beads, You can pull it down and just hold it, look around, see what you need, and then just click it back up there and be done. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how great this hack is. This is another tried and true method for me, this marker storage. I've been using it for about 2 years. It was easy to put together. It holds all my paint markers. I love that I can see them all, know what I have. It's a great system to use for markers. Using furniture to help store things is still something that I am continuing to use. This little Cricut mat holder, y'all, I made that on my 3D printer. I'm going to tell you about that in another video, but I'm using furniture where I can. 3M hooks are my best friends when it comes to holding mats, especially long acrylic rulers. Those work great. Use your furniture. I do like to use some really good sturdy baskets that can hold things. So for this one, I have containers within containers. So again, it makes it a little easier just to pull out what I need. It keeps it contained and it's kind of pretty. These are very functional. Got them at Home Goods. I've had them for a while. So this kind of stuff is, you know, the magnets, the little door, the foam pads, just miscellaneous things here and there. And it seems to be working really, really well. So I'm going to keep doing that. And then the other one I've got here, same thing. Little basket, and again, containers, popsicle sticks, clothespins. That's kind of all that's in here, and it works really well, easy to pick up and just carry around. Most of my containers, things like that, are very functional inside the cabinets and shelves, but I do like to have some pretty things. I've had this thing for forever. This was a great buy from Home Goods. These are my specialty glue sticks, so I've got fabric, the wood ones, as well as the foam glue sticks. So it's kind of fun just to have some decorative pieces. These here hold tumbling tower blocks for the most part, some that are colored, the ones that are plain, ones that I've broken down. So fun little containers. I just added knobs to them to make them decorative. I've had these for a very long time as well, and they seem to be working great. These are from Dollar Tree. I have had these for so long. These work great, and I've got several of these in all these cabinets, so that is a great thing. I've got those labeled as well. It just holds, you know, twine and rope and things, again, that I access quite often. I have most of the stuff that I access the most. I'm trying to get it behind me here. I've got some moving around to do, but those bins are great. Another great thing to have is one of these tabletop plugs. You just attach it and it's got USB and places to plug things in. So that's really nice to have on your desk to help you just use those tools that you use quite often and not have to worry about cords all over the floor and, you know, all that good stuff. To get this shot, I kind of had to, if I put it just on the light, it will darken all around the light. But these lights right here, these soft boxes, these are great if you need extra light that's not super harsh and doesn't hurt your eyes. I have 2 of these right now in here on stands, and I actually bought wall mounts. I've got to get in this space and start really crafting in here to see where I want to mount them. Want some good lights. These are called soft boxes, and you can change the different tones of it as well. It's adjustable, but they're very good lights to use when you're working. And of course, I've got my bulletin board. Those are all the notes from the mystery boxes. When people send notes in their boxes, got them all up there. It's kind of fun to look back at all that good stuff. So that's just a little fun decor piece added in here. This is my desk area. This is where I do all my voiceovers, send all my emails, create all my printables, all the kind of office-y type stuff. Wanted to share a couple of things in case you are an office kind of gadget person like me. The first thing, I don't know if you can even see these, they're clear. You stick them on the side of your monitor and you can put sticky notes. I'm obsessed with sticky notes. I did take all of them down though because it gives away too many ideas of what's coming up. I want to keep it a surprise, but they're usually lined, sticky notes, things I need to do, all that good stuff. Those are very helpful if you work at your computer a lot. One of these is super helpful. My mouse pad also has the little wrist thing built into it, which is really great. And of course a phone stand, that's helpful. All of my equipment, as far as my mics and my camera rig and all of my tripod, all that good stuff is linked down below. If you have questions about it, just let me know. But yeah, this is kind of where all the business happens, not so much creative, but business happens right here. And here is where all the crafting takes place. This is my craft desk. All of the furniture in my craft room is from IKEA, with the exception of my chair and the table that my printers are on. That is from Wayfair. But on my craft desk, I try to keep it kind of minimal. I've just got two of these little Lazy Susan kind of tool holders, my silicone mat, my rig, camera goes up there, and then I always have my detail tip glue gun and my crafting heat gun. And now it's time for some creative chat story time. So you're probably wondering, why did you move from that bigger craft room to the smaller one? There are two main reasons why I did that. Quick backstory, I was a dining room table crafter up until 2016 when we moved into this house. In this house, when I got my own space, it was at the top of the stairs, small little room. Crafting was just a hobby for me. After I started doing it a little bit, I realized, oh my gosh, I can make a career out of this. I need a little more space and I need something with doors. So I moved downstairs to our office and stayed there for a little while. Once I was in that space for a while, I was like, hey, need a little more space. There's an extra bedroom upstairs, so I moved into this room. I was here for a very short time before my husband, Mr. Cheap, said, hey, no one's using the game room. Why don't you just move out there? And that's what I did. So that larger space that you guys have seen me in and have seen in the last couple of craft room videos, that was my game room. A question I got asked quite a bit is, how big was the room? It measured 20 by 26, so it was a very good size room. Now, here are the reasons why I decided that room just didn't work for me. The first one was, you guys know that I like to keep it real on my channel. I will throw in real audio, I will let you guys hear what I'm thinking, etc., etc. Well, the thing about the game room is there were no doors on it, and it opened up to our two-story entryway. And downstairs is my son's gaming room, which if you've got a teenager who games, half the time I don't know if I need to do a welfare check on him because he's screaming and yelling and there's all kinds of weird hooting and hollering coming, and my mic picked up that stuff. And so there was a lot of stuff I wanted to put in videos, but I couldn't because in the background you hear a teenager yelling about his game. Also, if someone was watching a movie downstairs, you could hear the movie upstairs because my mic was just really, really good. And then of course, if someone was playing music in our kitchen, then you had music. And of course, if I let that play, then you get copyright strikes and it's a whole thing. So that was a big reason why I was like, this space just isn't working out. The second reason was I realized I have so much stuff. Like, I do not need all of this stuff. Now, part of the reason moving room to room is because I was acquiring more machines, trying out machines. I've shared a lot of those on videos. So I did need space for the bigger machines and it made sense. But with that, I started just buying more supplies. Now, I'm pretty good about buying stuff that I know I'm gonna use, but one thing I noticed I was doing in there was I would work on a project like over here, and then I'd be like, oh, I need to start another project. So I would leave that mess there and go to another spot and then do the project and leave the mess. And by the time it was just, I don't even know what it was. It was just so messy and out of control that I could not, I just couldn't function in there. And so I was like, you know what? This is a perfect time to downsize, streamline, and just get yourself in check, Courtney. So that's what I did. I moved back in here, and I will say that this room is 90% finished. There are two things left in this room that I need to do that I'm actually gonna film and do in a different video. One is this closet that's right over here. I'm gonna show you a picture. Please don't judge. But when I realized I was only reaching into that closet maybe once every 3 weeks, I was like, yeah, I don't really need all the stuff in this closet. So I'm gonna do some things there, and that's gonna focus on, hey, how do you organize a craft closet if you have one, or really highlight, hey, I have a very small space. Here are some things that will work in that small space. So that will be part of the video. The other part, which is one thing I always say, is if you have wall space, use it. Well, this lovely backdrop behind me with the greenery, I do really, really like it, but I keep staring at it going, that's prime real estate for craft storage. So I have a IKEA dupe. I found some things on Amazon that are way cheaper than you can get on IKEA, and a lot of people don't have access to IKEA, so I think that'll be great. I'm gonna share that system with you, and it's gonna be a whole nother little organization thing. So those two things are coming, and that's the last 10%. Now you're probably wondering, did you really fit everything from that room in here? No, I did not. Like I said, I did clean out, I donated to people, craft things, all that good stuff. But there are some things out there that I am leaving. I am leaving my big laser and my 2 3D printers. That's because my kids, my family like to use those, and I want those out there. I don't want them in here disturbing my happy place. So those 3 machines will stay out there, but everything else will be in here. So right now there are still 2 pieces of furniture. One has got my Cricut stuff on it, and then the other's halfway empty. That all stuff is going to be going into this closet. So like I said, and then that room, there will be no evidence that was ever a crafting room other than those 3 machines. So there you go. That is the reason why I moved in here. This is just more me. A small closed-in space, kind of streamlining it, downsizing it, all the things. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Please comment down below. Do you have a good organization tip, hack, or trick? Please share it so we can all get more ideas of how to organize our space. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Bye.